I win the gold medal and I lost it. So that's life.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most infamous times Winter and Summer Olympic athletes were stripped of their medals and haven't yet had them reinstated. We'll explore the shocking scandal and its aftermath.
Consequences followed. Marion stripped of her 5 Olympic medals.
Number 10. Jordan Chiles, Paris 2024. After securing a gold in the Paris 2024 Women's Artistic Team All-Around event, USA's Chiles followed it up by competing in the gymnastics individual floor.
Has it all sunk in yet?
No, it has not sunk in whatsoever. I think I'm still on a high just from us getting a gold for team.
Her total score came to 13.666, which put her in 5th place. After disagreeing with the difficulty score Chiles received, her coach appealed, which was accepted, and she was bumped into 3rd for the bronze medal.
What's behind that bronze?
Honestly, well, first off, excuse my voice, but this is just a dream come true. It's my first time ever in an event final. Like we said, it was a redemption tour, and I just wanted to come out and do the best that I could.
Romania, who weren't happy with Ana Barbosa losing her bronze, took the case to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. CAS found that Chiles' coach had submitted the appeal 4 seconds after the 1-minute allocation. As such, Barbosu was reinstated in 3rd. The U.S. appealed. However, CAS rejected it, drawing accusations of Romanian bias from the country's media.
Another avenue that USA Gymnastics says it's going to be taking is the formal official appeals process with a higher Swiss court.
Number 9. Dong Fengxiao, Sydney 2000. At Beijing 2008, Fengxiao, who retired from gymnastics after an injury, was set to be a technical official.
The IOC is simply wanting to do its due diligence and work with the Federation to 100% clarify the situation and put this to rest.
However, Olympic officials noticed a discrepancy between her current date of birth and the one she was registered with when winning bronze for China's Women's Artistic Team All-Around in Sydney 2000. During her athletic days, Fengxiao was stated to have been born in 1983. The new year was 1986.
China's head coach says all the girls are old enough and that Asian teens just look younger.
Due to this, Fengxiao would have been 14 years old in 2000, putting her 2 years under the minimum age outlined by the International Federation of Gymnastics. In 2010, Fengxiao and the team were stripped of their Olympic bronze medals and their 3rd place finish at the 1999 World Championships.
Overall, China's medal dominance would barely be affected, but its credibility near the end of an otherwise stellar Olympic performance would be marred for good.
Number 8. Hans-Gunnar Lilienthal, Mexico 1968. Any athlete wants to be the holder of a world record, especially if it's to be the first in something. Yet no one wants Lilienthal's one. At Mexico 1968, new anti-doping regulations were making their Olympic debut after being introduced the year before. Competing in the individual and team modern pentathlon, Lilienthal helped Sweden secure a bronze medal in the latter. Yet soon afterward, he was found to have consumed alcohol, reported to be 2 beers, to steady his nerves for the shooting event. The International Olympic Committee, or IOC, disqualified Lilienthal and the Swedish team, securing the bronze for France and making Lilienthal the first athlete to be DQ'd for doping. Number 7. Andrea Răducan, Sydney 2000. Romania's women's gymnastics team were stars of Sydney 2000. They even took all podium places in the individual all-round, which gave the impressive Răducan 2 golds and a silver in the competition. But there were rumors that something was amiss with her after Răducan underperformed in the floor exercise. Shortly after, the IOC announced Răducan's sample for the individual all-around had tested positive for the banned pseudoephedrine. Romania appealed, stating the substance was from a cold and flu medication given to Răducan by the team's doctor. However, they were unsuccessful. Răducan's gold went to her teammate, Simona Amunar, and China's Liu Xuan was moved into the bronze position. She was able to keep her other medals as those samples were clean. Number 6. Camila Valieva, Beijing 2022. Coming into the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics, Russia's Valieva was already an ice skating legend as a teenager after breaking many junior and senior world records.
Well, heading into these Olympic Games, Camila was widely regarded as the favorite to win this event, no question.
As a major part of her nation's figure skating team event, Valieva led Russia to the gold. Yet shortly after, it was reported she had failed a doping test in December 2021.
If she can push everything all aside, she will likely land on top of the podium in the short.
Due to the Russian anti-doping agency clearing her, the medal ceremony was delayed while the situation was investigated. Fearing banning Valieva would cause more damage to her mental health due to her age, CAS allowed her to continue competing in the Olympics. In 2024, Valieva was stripped of her team gold, was banned for 4 years, and had her record since the failed test expunged.
Camila Valieva has been banned for 4 years by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Her Olympic results disqualified.
Number 5. Isabella Dragneva, Sydney 2000. In Sydney 2000, weightlifting for women made its debut. With the 48-kilogram category first up, the winner would have had their name written in history by becoming the first Olympic champion. Seemingly, this was achieved by Bulgaria's Dragneva. Then, that feat was tarnished when Dragneva tested positive for diuretic furosemide. She was stripped of the gold, boosting the USA's Tara Knott Cunningham to gold.
It is doing it right. It is following the rules and competing with integrity and going there and showing what your hard work has accomplished.
However, Dragneva wasn't the only weightlifting Bulgarian to fail for the same substance. Ivan Ivanov won silver in the 56 kilogram before being disqualified for testing positive. With teammate Sevdalin Minchev's 62 kilogram bronze also ruled out for doping, the whole Bulgarian team was sent home by the IOC, damaging the nation's reputation in the sport for years.
It's all ended. I didn't know what to think, it just ended. We trained for competitions for years, and at some point it all crumbled.
Number 4. Ilia Ilan, Beijing 2008 and London 2012. The Kazakhstan weightlifter Ilan was considered one of the best to raise a heavy barbell on the world stage. He racked up several competition wins and smashed world records along the way. As such, it's no surprise Ilan took gold at Beijing 2008 in the 94 kilogram and repeated the feat at London 2012, setting more records as he went.
Kazakhstan's Ilia Ilan, meantime, was headed for the record books. The gold medalist at the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing had a chance here in London not just to earn gold, but to set the Olympic record in the event.
However, in 2016, the International Weightlifting Federation retested their 4-time World Weightlifter of the Year sample from 2012. It was discovered that Ilan tested positive for 2 banned steroid substances. Shortly after, a re-examination of his 2008 sample also had steroids in it.
Ilan's doping sample from Beijing 2008 Olympics tested positive for stanozolol. This was reported on the website of the International Weightlifting Federation. However, the Kazakh weightlifter intends to prove his innocence of doping charges.
Due to this, Ilan had both Olympic golds taken back. Coincidentally, he hasn't won a major competition since. Number 3. Lance Armstrong, Sydney 2000. Cycling doesn't typically get sporting superstars like those in other fields, but Armstrong was an exception. On top of winning the Tour de France 7 times in a row, he also collected a bronze medal in Sydney 2000 in the men's road time trial. However, in 2012, after being accused of doping throughout most of his career and later admitting to it, Armstrong's career was wrecked. His records from 1998 onwards were wiped away, which included his bronze medal.
Cyclist Lance Armstrong tweeted that he's handed over the bronze medal he won in the 2000 Summer Olympics in Sydney. Earlier this year, the committee stripped Armstrong of that medal he won there and asked him to return it.
Armstrong's former teammate Tyler Hamilton won gold at Athens 2004 in the same event. However, after the first sample tested positive and the backup sample was frozen, no offense could be confirmed. In 2011, Hamilton admitted to doping and was stripped of his gold.
For Hamilton, coming clean now may be the only way to save cycling by clearing the path for the next generation.
Number 2. Ben Johnson, Seoul 1988. Coming into Seoul 1988, Johnson was one of the favorites to destroy the competition in the 100 meters.
Pure euphoria of the 100 meters men's final, 1988 Seoul Olympics.
And the Canadian sprinter did just that by clocking in 9.79 seconds and smashing the world record. Days after taking the top spot, it was announced that Johnson's sample had tested positive for steroids.
Urine sample of Ben Johnson was found to contain the metabolites of a banned substance namely stanozolol.
He was disqualified from the race, and Carl Lewis was awarded the gold, as he had also broken the world record. There was a reason this was dubbed the dirtiest race in history. Only 2 of the 8 men's finalists weren't found to have used banned substances in their careers. Johnson later admitted to using steroids to keep up with other athletes using substances.
It was necessary at the time. I didn't have any second opinion. I was a young boy, and that's it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Marion Jones, Sydney 2000. Before Sydney 2000, Jones set a plan to take gold in each of her 5 events.
Jones will run the anchor against Debbie Ferguson of the Bahamas.
Even with the distraction of her shot-putting husband C.J. Hunter failing doping tests, the USA's athlete came close to achieving that, but had to settle for a still impressive 3 golds and 2 bronzes in her track and field events.
Woman, while Marion Jones can only claim the bronze for the United States.
In 2004, as part of the Balco scandal, Jones's then-partner Tim Montgomery was banned for doping. This caused the spotlight to fall on Jones, who denied the accusations. However, in 2007, Jones admitted to lying to investigators and stated she'd used steroids in 2000.
I want to ask for your forgiveness for my actions, and I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
She was stripped of her Olympic medals and records since 2000. In 2008, Jones was sentenced to 6 months in jail for lying. Do you believe any of these athletes were unfairly stripped of their medals? Let us know below.
Tens of thousands of athletes are now tested yearly, and only 2% are proven to be doping. Sounds like success? Well, how many are getting away with it?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.